What's good, YouTube? It's your guy Darren and the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I talk about fragrances primarily on this channel, but I like to give my guys some style tips, a little bit on some fashion, you know what I'm saying, a little bit on grooming so you look good every day, man. If you're into that, make sure you hit subscribe and hit the bell icon as well so when I upload a new video, you'll get notified. Guys, I'm breaking it all the way down today. I am just talking simply about fragrances that smell absolutely heavenly to me. At the end of the day, I know there's a lot of elements and a lot of things that we think about when we think about what fragrance we want to wear for the day or what fragrance we want to add to our collection. We've thrown in longevity, performance, sillage, seasons, all these different things. But at the end of the day, fragrances are about what smells great. And I have 10 of the best smelling fragrances in my entire collection, and I want to share them with you guys today. So if you want to see what's on the list, you know the routine, keep it locked right here. Let's get it. Let's go. It's time.
The Bowtie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. Let's jump into this video. These fragrances I want to talk about today. I did a video a while ago about some of the best fragrances I've ever smelled. This is kind of similar kind of idea. And this video idea came when I talked about my fragrances or the video that I did on yesterday on Aphrodisiac. So I'm going to lead it off with a fragrance from that house, that brand that made me think about this video idea. And I'm gonna lead it off with Valiant from Aphrodisiac to Victorious. Guys, this is Orange Blossom, this is Tonka Bean, this is Mandarin Orange, this is Sandalwood, this is Vanilla. Guys, an orange dreamsicle or creamsicle, that's what I told you it smelled like. And again, what I'm talking about today, simply at the end of the day, is fragrances that when I put them to my nose, I am absolutely floored, blown away at how good they smell. There's no other way for me to describe these fragrances other than to say that seriously, honestly, and truthfully, I've never smelled anything that smells as good as these fragrances smell. These are the ones I can go to my my room upstairs, my closet, pick them up and just literally smell them all day long and never get tired of it. This is one of them, guys. Sweet, creamy, right touch of florals. Smells so good. First fragrance today. Fragrances that smell so good, I really can't believe how good they smell. Seriously, guys. Valiant from Aphrodisiac to Victorious. All right, guys. The next fragrance on the list today comes from the brand of BDK Parfums, and I'm talking about tabacrose. My God, guys, this is good. This is tobacco. This is rose, cinnamon, lemon. I told you guys before, I did I think it was a short, or either I did it on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you do so. But I talked about how great this fragrance smells, and I'm not backing down off of that. I just can't tell you how good it is. I've noticed for me, there are certain notes that, when I actually did this list, that are kind of a repeat. You'll see them multiple times on this list. Cinnamon is one of them. That's my favorite spice. Just love what cinnamon does in a fragrance. This is not a gourmand, and a lot of these fragrances are, but they have gourmand tendencies. They have sweetness. You have tonka bean in them, cinnamon, and things of that nature, vanilla. And those are the kind of scent profiles that I love. And guys, when you combine that with rose and that lemon in the opening, this thing just smells absolutely fantastic. So the second fragrance on this list today comes from the brand of BDK Parfums, and this is Tabacrose. All right, guys, the next fragrance on the list comes from the brand of Carolina Herrera. This is the confidential collection that I talked about. I did not have this one at the time, but this one has come in and may be the best smelling fragrance in that entire collection. This one is called Sandal Ruby. Guys, you got to get your nose on this fragrance. Listen, there's tuberose in here. Tuberose, sandalwood, cinnamon, and patchouli. That's what this fragrance really is about. Tuberose, sandalwood, patchouli. And guys, I cannot tell you how good this is. The cinnamon in here, the cinnamon, sandalwood, patchouli with that tuberose, I can't again, I don't have the words for fragrances in this video, guys. This smells so good. And I know a few people that have had smell fragrances from this collection have said this is probably one of the best smelling as well. It's just very unique. That tuberose sandalwood patchouli combination here with the cinnamon sprinkled in just smells fantastic, guys. You gotta put your nose on it. Again, it's from the Carolina Herrera Confidential Collection. Sandal Ruby. Smells amazing. All right, guys, the next fragrance on the list today are fragrances that's unbelievable to me how good they smell. Just putting my nose to it. May not be my favorite fragrances in my collection, my top 10 for life, anything like that, but when I just put my nose to the atomizer on these fragrances, they smell fantastic, some of the best in my collection. And this next one's coming from the brand of Narcotica. This is Dolce Diablo. And for you guys out there that love gourmand fragrances, this is one you might want to put your nose on. What goes into gourmand fragrances a lot of time, if you can think of it, is probably in here. Apricot, dried apricots. You have cacao. You have sandalwood. You have vanilla. You have tonka bean. Again, you think about it, sugar cane. If it's in gourmands, it's in here. And it smells so good. Now, for me, this is not really like a practical fragrance that I could wear every day because it's so sweet. This is like toothache inducing sweet. It's that sweet, but it smells fantastic. Gourmand lovers, this is something that you gotta smell. You have to smell this because this is one of the gourmands of all gourmands. You talk about something that smells edible, this is it right here. So it had to be on the list. I love gourmands. This is really good when you talk about that genre. This is called Dolce Diablo. All right, guys, I ranted and raved about this fragrance when I first got it. This one comes from the brand of Argos. This is Adonis Awakens. Adonis Awakens, guys. Look at that juice color. This stuff is so good, man. This has raspberry in it. It has rose, sandalwood, chestnut, and I think there may be lemon in here as well. But it's just those, again, those combination of notes here. Really, I think that game changer here is that raspberry opening. That raspberry in here is really what sets this fragrance apart, in my humble opinion. Just love the way that it's done here, again, with some sandalwood in there, tobacco, of course, as it starts to dry down. But this thing is one of those fragrances as well that I mentioned earlier. It's not a gourmand, but there's something about it that leans gourmand to me, the way that it smells. And when you combine that with the rose in here, it's just super unique. Can't get enough of this stuff. Amazed at how good this smells, man. Just putting my nose to the atomizer. I love this stuff. Probably my favorite from the brand. I go back and forth with it. This and maybe two others. But this smells fantastic. Check it out, guys. From Argos, this is Adonis Awakens. All right, guys, the next fragrance on the list comes from the brand of by Kilian, Rolling in Love. Rolling in Love, guys. And what you get here is they listed as almond milk. It may be almond and sandalwood, freesia, and tonka bean is some of the main notes. So really creamy, milky, pause, no diddy, all that stuff. Creamy, milky fragrance. Like I said, with that freesia in there, just to give it that nice floral, clean freshness. And the tonka bean, of course, one of my favorite notes as it dries down to sweeten it up. I smell it. Smell it, smell it, smell it. One of my favorites, just on scent, DNA alone, in my entire collection from the brand of by Kilian, Rolling in Love. Guys, this next fragrance comes from the brand of Parfums de Marly, and this is Wan Wan. I love this genre of fragrance that this falls into that I say smells like apple pie. Honestly, for me, in my personal opinion, that's one of the best smells in the world to me. You've ever come from outside, or when you were growing up, maybe your mom was baking an apple pie in the oven? I mean, who doesn't like the way that smells? I mean, that's kind of sort of what this is. You get the honey, you know, in there. You get the vanilla. You get the tonka bean. You get the cinnamon. I mean, that's really what this fragrance is at the end of the day. And there are a lot of fragrances in my collection that kind of have a similar scent profile. But guys, this is so good. My goodness, to my nose. Whew. And that's what this list is about. To me, at the end of the day, that's what fragrance is about, man. Things that take your breath away. Fragrances that you smell and they take you on a journey. Love this stuff. Smells great. I can't get enough of it, man. From the brand of Parfums de Marly, Wan Wan. All right, guys, the next fragrance I want to give this OG fragrance is Flowers, man. From the brand of Creed, I'm talking about GIT. It still never ceases to amaze me when I put my nose to this fragrance, how good it smells. Lemon verbena, the iris, the violet leaves, that kind of stuff. This is just, you know, there are other fragrances that kind of hint at this DNA, but just like I said with the batch of Creed Aventus that I have, nothing quite captures the essence of this. And I think, for me, honestly, it's that quality of ingredients, the naturals that Creed was using in their fragrances. It does something different. It adds something different. Now, of course, everybody's nose can't detect that. You know, they may think that this an aspen smells just like I understand, and that's fine. But my nose can detect it. I smell quality in this fragrance. And when I put my nose to it, it doesn't matter how old this fragrance is or how long I've had it. It never ceases to amaze me how great this fragrance smells. I'm giving it its flowers because it deserves it. From the brand of Creed, Green Iris Tweed. All right, guys, the next fragrance up comes from the brand of Louis Vuitton, and that is Pacific Chill. Pacific Chill, man. Oh, man, this lemon mint opening. Fig is the main notes in here. I think there's dates in here as well. Kind of gives this nutty nuance to this fragrance. Again, I put it on my list as number 5 with my Louis Vuitton fragrances just because, like I said before, guys, Luxuriance from Cartier smells exactly like this. And I talked to so many people. I talked about that fragrance so much when it came out and I first got my nose on it. And now everybody's such a fan of the Pacific Chill DNA when Luxuriance did it first. But anyway, another story for another day. But that fragrance, this fragrance, when I put my nose to it, cannot deny how good this smells. It is simply unbelievable. Check it out from the brand of Louis Vuitton, Pacific Chill. And last but not least, guys, this fragrance has moved into my top 10 fragrances for life. From the brand of Homme, Reflection 45. Reflection 45. And what they did with this, is they took the original DNA, the jasmine, the sandalwood, all that stuff that we loved about the original Reflection, man, and they added some opopanax, some myrrh, just like I like to describe, just dirtied up the DNA a little bit, but still, it doesn't matter. When I put my nose to this, I can't think of many things that smell as good as this smells, and that's really saying something because I smell some great stuff. But it deserves a place on this list because for me, I am blown away by how good this fragrance smells. So check it out. It's from the brand of Homme, Reflection 45. But that is it, guys. That is my time today. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, I sincerely appreciate your time and attention to these videos. You don't have to watch, but you do. And I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to take a few moments out to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you're sharing these videos out to some other folks that you think can use the information or find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darren. I'm the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side.